we are starting a new chapter, lesson 4.1. So we're starting chapter 4 here, and it starts on page 181. Remember to write your name up top. And today we are going to model and count 10. And our essential question is, how can you show and count 10 objects? So you're going to need a pencil and your counters. So our first thing on this top page here, you're going to use counters to model 9. So we're going to model 9 with our counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to use counters to model 10 in the bottom 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have two 10 frames here. One has 9 red counters. One has 10 yellow counters. Can you see here that the only difference is that there's one space without a counter? Now you're going to clear your counters so you can move on to the next page. Place a counter on each balloon. So as we place one, we're going to count together. So get your counters ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 balloons, and now there are 10 red counters covering the balloons. Now we're going to move these counters down to our 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we have every box full, we know there are 10 in our 10 frame. Now, as you pick one up, you're going to draw a counter in its place. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. Once you have all 10 of your counters in there, flip to go to the next page. We've seen these before, but now we're making 10. Oops, I almost forgot. Don't forget to trace your 10 over here. We have our number 10 and our word 10. T-E-N, 10. Now we have 10 up top here. Trace your 10. We're going to use counters to model different ways to make 10. We're going to start by putting 10 red counters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our 10 frame is full, so we know that there's 10 counters there. And how many red counters do we have? 10. So you're going to write 10 on this line. And how many yellow counters do we have up top? None. We have 0. Good. If I switch one of these to yellow, how many yellow counters do we have now? Just 1. And how many red counters do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's one way to count, but we also know that we can count on. So if we have a full row up top, we know it's 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do you see how that's quicker too? You're going to draw a 9 over there because we have 9 red counters. And then we're going to flip one more counter over here. So looking at our 10 frame above, how many yellow counters do we have? 2 yellow counters now. And how many red counters do we have? Let's use the counting on method. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And look at, we have a pattern again because we're going one by one. So if we count backwards, 10, 9, 8. And we count forwards, 0, 1, 2. That'll give us our next number. So let's see. 5, 7. When you were counting backwards, did you get 7? Nice job. 3. And these are different ways to make 10. Clear your board and flip to the next page. Up top here in the blue for flower, Michelle puts her star stickers in sets of 10. Circle all the sets of star stickers that belong to Michelle. So we have to count them. Remember, when there's lots of them, I like to make little marks on them to know I counted them. You can do that too. But when you mark it, you have to say it and mark it and then move on to a next one. You're not going to mark and count because then you'd get all confused. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a set of 10, so we're going to circle that one. Let's move on to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is also a group of 10. When they're in different patterns, it's hard to tell without counting. 1. Now these ones are in a line, so you don't have to mark them off if you don't want to. It's easier for me to go in order like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are only 9 purple stars here, so we're not circling that group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One thing I noticed that this was 9. And this looks the same, but there was one more. So you might have known just from looking at those pictures that this was going to be a group of 10. Down here in the purple butterfly with the number 5 on it, it says draw to show what you know about number 10. So you get to do whatever you want. Draw 10 of something down there. Go ahead and pause me and take your time drawing your 10 objects. When you're ready to move on, unpause and find this page. For here, just like on the other page, you're going to trace the numbers and use the counters to model different ways to make 10. What you could do is you could start here with 7 and 3 and keep going with the pattern if you'd like. On the last page, this is the page you're going to send me a picture of. It says trace the number and how many more counters would you place in the 10 frame to model a way to make 10. So add counters to this to show 10. Number 2, count how many kites and write the number. And below you're going to draw a set of counters that has the same number as the set of kites, and then write that number on the line. For number 3, count and tell how many shirts there are and write it on the line. All right, have fun learning, and I can't wait to see your picture of your lesson check and review.